Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about One Piece Chapter 937. And it was a pretty good chapter overall, I thought. A little bit like last chapter, we had a little bit of a catch-up on all sides where they touched on what everybody's kind of doing, or at least what a bunch of people are doing. And so first we saw Chopper and Big Mom are still heading to Udon. Big Mom is still out of her mind and is nice and kind and hanging out with the people that are heading to, I think Otama is her name again. I'm terrible with names. Otama. And Chopper's just terrified because if she ever gets her memory back, they gonna be in big trouble. To be fair, again, I've said this before, I'm not crazy interested in the Big Mom stuff at the moment. But we shall see where things go with that. Meanwhile, back at the prison, Luffy is taking out people left and right. He's basically using this to train his haki because he's thinking back to when Rayleigh was training him. Apparently, Rayleigh put out such powerful haki that it impressed Luffy, obviously, and he's basically using it to hone his haki and create sort of an invisible armor for himself. I think that there's going to be something special about the haki that he's trying to train, something different, and I think it'll come into a full effect as he trains up against these hordes of people. And Queen is just like, we have tons of people, just keep going. Like the plague, it takes lots of people to kill people, whatever, so just keep going. Yeah, so that's basically what's happening there. So the main crux of this chapter is basically surrounding Zoro, and we got some new characters. We got a name for a character that was introduced before, and we got some hinting, I guess, if you want to call it that. So first of all, Zoro wants to get Shusui back, the sword that he apparently lost, and Gyukimaro's apparently got it, and we got some information from that. So Gyukimaro is just being a jerk. First of all, actually, his name is Gyukimaro. We didn't know that last chapter. So Gyukimaro is kind of a jerk. He won't give back the sword. Apparently, Ryuma was so important to Wano and blah, 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 blah. It showed the world how tough Wano was. And Zoro's like, yeah, I know all that. I fought him. I talked to him. We're good. We're done here. Give me back my sword. And Gyukimaro is not having any of that. So they basically kind of have a little bit of a brawl going on here between the two of them. Zoro just wants to get his sword back. Gyukimaro is not understanding why he wants the sword or had the sword or whatever. So he doesn't understand the whole situation. If he knew, I'm sure he'd be more willing to give up the sword to Zoro. But alas, that's not the case. One thing that I will say is very interesting. So Gyukimaro mentions about how the sword was forged through all the countless battles and whatever that Ryuma had with it. And Zoro's like, oh, you know what? I've been wondering about that. Is that maybe why its color is, and then he gets cut off. But I have a feeling that the reason it is black, the sword is black. It's got like a little red line on it, and it's black. But I think they're implying that maybe it's based off of all the dried blood. Maybe not. I mean, maybe I'm just reading into it in a different way, but like that's the way I'm coming from. If it's being forged in all the battles that it had, presumably it's been used to kill a lot of people or a lot of things. So dried blood after a long time before it starts flaking, it kind of turns black. So maybe that's why it's black. It's been stained black, which is kind of a morbid idea, but I guess it is a sword, so oh well. So as they're kind of going at it, and Zoro's like, I don't want to fight you. I just want the sword back. He's not having any of it. They end up hearing the cry of a woman and Toko who are running away from his crazy guy with scythes. And that guy's name is Hitokiri Kamozo, and Hitokiri, I believe, means manslayer. Learned that from Rurouni Kenshin. But yeah, he's attacking them. He's got these scythes. He's swinging them around. And Zoro immediately goes to try to help them. And that's not very easy because Gyukimaro is basically taking any opportunity he can to strike at Zoro, despite Zoro not being interested in fighting him. So it's kind of getting to be a messy situation. Before I move on to the fight, though, I will say, though, the woman is clearly Komurasaki. Like, she's not dead. I never in my wildest dreams thought that she would die. Certainly not at the hands of Kyoshiro. Kyoshiro? Kyoshiro. Certainly not at his hands. But she's not dead yet. She's got Toko. She's just covered up. It's gonna be her. I'm not even worried about that. But they're running, and it's it's very clear that it's her, honestly, because she calls Orochi just by Orochi, and Kamazo is like, what, you're not going to say his full title too? Like, come on. So clearly the only person that would give any flack to Orochi and not call him by Lord Orochi or whatever, probably Komurasaki. But anyways, we have not learned that technically yet, so I'll wait, maybe I'm wrong. In any event, Zoro is now trying to fight off Gyukimaru, and who is not too much of a threat, I don't think. At the very least, he's not the toughest person Zoro's probably ever gone against. But his main threat is this Kamazo, and he's trying to dodge all these scythe attacks, and at some point, Gyukimaru actually distracts him enough that he gets hit, and I think the scythe actually sticks in him. The chapter ends with him basically using that scythe as part of his three sword style to go after Kamazo, and he basically just messes up Kamazo. And that's really the end of the chapter. The bulk of the chapter was really just Zoro fending off Gyukimaru, trying to fight Kamazo, and we get some good setup. I'm wondering, clearly he's gonna get his sword back eventually. I'm interested to hear more about the black coloring of Shusui and why it's black. And I'm interested to see more of Kamazo, although I think he might be dead. We shall see. I'm not too interested in Gyukimaru. I think he's kind of annoying. I think he could be cool, but I'm not too sold on him yet. Yeah, no, this chapter was overall pretty good. Zoro had some really cool action scenes, and I'm excited to see what Luffy does with his haki. Maybe he'll unlock some kind of new haki. We shall see. But yeah, overall, I give it an A+. What did you guys think, though? Let me know down below in the comments section. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Greatly appreciate it. It lets me know that you are enjoying my content. Also, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, because then you'll get to see everything, and it'll notify you when I upload. Alright, I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.